a week ago, Anime Vanguards officially released, and with it, we've seen a bunch of tower defenses die. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how Anime Vanguards has affected each tower defense and why people are playing it over other tower defenses. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go right into the video. The first game I want to talk about is Animedefenders, also known as Alt-Defenders. Now, this game still has a lot of players. Its player base is still at 150k. How many of that is bots and alts, I don't know. But even without the bots and alts, it's still going to have a lot of players. Even as much as we hate the game, we got to admit it does have high quality. So its player base is going to be here probably forever. But the AV has definitely taken some of its player base. Like I said, some of those are alts. And right now, AV currently has 300k. And I'm not thinking those are alts because there's not even trading in the game yet. And I don't even know if you'll be able to trade gems. Anime Vanguards has taken at least a good portion of its player base. Like I said, this game's never going to die because it is high quality, but it's definitely taking a big hit. Also, Animedefenders is now kind of copying AV. So everybody knows how Animedefenders is taking the passives idea. They claim that passives have always existed, but it's just suspicious how as soon as AV has it, they want to do it. And I'm pretty sure they're adding some more stuff from Anime Vanguard. So Anime Vanguard is already having an influence on these other games, and it literally came out exactly a week ago. So you can already see how it's affecting these bigger games like Animedefenders. Alright, the next game I want to talk about is Animeroyale. Now this is a sad case because Animeroyale is actually a really good game, but it's only at 300 players now, and before the release of Vanguards, it was sitting at around 20 to 15k consistently daily. And you know, it might be in part because the update wasn't anything crazy. It was kind of a small update, but even before the update, it still was sitting at around like 11k. And you know, this game's not bad, but it just happened to release at the worst possible time. It released like just a few days before Vanguards came out, and obviously Vanguards took its entire player base. It sucks because this game is good, but it's not better than Vanguard, so there's no real reason to play it over Vanguards. Maybe with a few more updates, this game can come back and get some players back, but I don't know, man. The next game is Animelaststand. Now, this game, you have to give it its credit. It's really retained its player base. Before this update, it was sitting at around 20k. It usually has around 50k, so when Anime Vanguards first came out, it really did take about half their player base. But with this update, they've got its player base back now. If Anime Vanguards didn't exist, could it be at like 80, 70k? Probably. But we have to give credit where credit's due, even if I'm not the biggest Animelaststand fan. 50,000 players, even with Vanguards and Defenders, is really good. This game's player base is definitely loyal, and this game, you know, I honestly thought this game was going to die a long time ago when it was only sitting at around 10k, but they made it come back, and now it has more players than it even did back then, so I have to give credit to this game for retaining its player base and continuously updating weekly. Okay, another game I want to talk about is Anime Destiny. Now, this game released the same day as Anime Vanguards. It has 235 players, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys didn't even know it ended up coming out. Anime Vanguards just took its entire player base. I mean, this game would definitely have more players if Vanguards wasn't a thing. It's literally just a remake of Anime Adventures, but like worse. But still, Anime Vanguards does what this does significantly better. So there's really no reason to play this, sadly. 235 players, released the same day as Vanguards. If it would have came out a different day, I could easily see it having like 5, maybe 10k on a good day. But it ended up releasing to only like 100 or so players. It's at 235 now, and I honestly don't see this game going up in popularity because, like I said, it's just Anime Adventures but worse. Anime Vanguards does it better, Anime Odyssey does it better, Special Tower Defense does it better, so there's really no reason to play this. Maybe if this game gets a few great updates, it can get up to like 1,000, but I'm not so sure. Next game I want to talk about is Multiverse Tower Defense. Now, as you can see, this game only has 262 players. So before Vanguards came out, it was sitting at around 2,000 players. Now only sits at 200 players. This game was already not the most popular, and then Vanguards kind of just swiped its entire player base. It's not a terrible game, nothing crazy. It's kind of like Last Stand if it was worse, no offense. Yeah, this game's player base completely died out. 262 players, all of them went to Vanguards. Not a horrible game, like I said. It has potential, but I don't see it coming back from this. There's no reason to play this over Vanguards. There's no reason to play this over Last Stand. Even Defenders, there's no reason to play it over that. So this game might be done for. This game I want to talk about is Anime World Tower Defense. Now, this game usually was sitting around 2,000 to 3,000 players. Right now it has 1,000 players, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't updated, so even sitting at 1,000 players for this game is pretty good. It has like a small but a loyal fan base. This game never really sits below 1,000 players. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of this game, like I've said in other videos, but this game, like I said, for Animelaststand, you have to respect it. It's retained a decent amount of its player base. It hasn't completely died out. You know, respect to them for having a loyal fan base that continuously comes back for their game. Okay, The other tower defense I want to talk about is unlimited tower defense. This used to be anime tower defense. I guess they finally changed its name, but it's sitting at 1.5k players now. That's probably because it's on console, and most of these other tower defenses aren't on console, but it used to sit at around 2.5k. I don't really think Vanguards affected its player base too much. Maybe it lost like 500 consistent players because of the Vanguards, but like I said, I feel like a lot of these players are on console because most of these other games don't have console. I know I have a few friends that play this because it's like the only one on console. I think maybe Defenders is on console. I'm not 100% sure, but like I said, yeah, this game retained a decent amount of its player base, so respect to them for that. Very underrated game here. The final game I want to talk about in this video is a sad case. It's Special Anime Defense. Now, this was the game I was planning on making a lot of videos about until they just basically completely stopped updating it. Now, I know they're in the works of updating, but I don't know how or why it's taken a month for one update. That basically killed all the momentum this game had, and then Anime Vanguards on top of it. This game was at about 15 to 20k about a week and a half ago. Now it's at 58 players. This game's definitely good. It just needs to update, but now I'm not sure it can ever get back to the player base it had, especially with the release of Vanguards. 58 players. I don't know if they can ever get back to above maybe like 5k. Like I said, the game is good, but you can't take this long for an update as a new game, especially when you have so much competition. Like Animeroyale came out the same week, Multiverse Defenders came out the same week, and then Vanguards ended up coming out a week later. So that just completely took this game's player base. Nobody's playing it right now. Maybe when they get the update out, it'll be at about like maybe 3k. I could see that, but I don't ever see it getting back to its former player base. I really hope it does though, because I made videos on this game. Actually, my highest viewed video is on this game, and I really like this game, so I hope it can get back to what it was. The reason why people are playing Anime Vanguards over all these other games is purely because of the quality. Everything about this game is, I don't want to glaze, but like, bro, come on, it's basically like the perfect anime tower defense. It has everything you'd want at the quality you'd want it. It's like if Anime Defenders was actually good, or I like to say it's like Anime Adventures if it released today. It's basically just a modernized, Anime Adventures. I know Anime Adventures isn't that old, but like if Anime Adventures came out today, this is probably what it would be like. This game has the best UI, the best character models. It's not inaccurate like Anime Defenders. It has good traits. It has a good lobby. It literally has everything you'd want from a tower defense. It doesn't have too much repetitive content. It released with good content. There's plenty of ways to get gems. The only real issue with this game, for me, is I feel like the rates are kind of crazy. Not even, honestly. I feel like my luck is just horrible with traits, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have any like real gripes with this game. I feel like for me, it's really like the perfect tower defense. You know, it doesn't have an issue with odds to my knowledge. There's no trading yet, and when they do trading, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like Defenders to where you can basically break the game with trading. It's not too pay to win in my opinion. I mean, yeah, the battle pass exists, but it's just a battle pass. Every free game has a battle pass in 2024, bro. You don't really have to pay for anything. You know, obviously traits are traits. Traits are like how they are in every single game. So if you're like desperate to get a good trait and you spend money, that's not really pay to win. It's kind of your own. It's your own addiction, buddy. But yeah, for me, this is like the perfect tower defense. It's like Anime Adventures if it was like modernized, and like honestly, I don't want to be like, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but it might just be better than Anime Adventures, to be honest. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to be the video. Those are the reasons why Anime Vanguards is killing all these other games right now. Has the best quality out of all these other games. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Later.